We're down here with the JConcepts Pit Report. We're Steve Mruk. Steve, you're the Roar president, Roar Prez, as on Facebook. Talk to us a little bit about the Roar Nationals here and a little bit about your position. I don't think everybody exactly knows who you are, where you're from, and what your RC background is or your favorites. But talk to us a little bit about your about being Roar here.
Oh, I'm live in Southern Maryland, just south of D.C., not too far from Budds Creek Motocross. Race A-scale off-road myself. Started in 10 scale back in the late 80s, early 90s, somewhere in there. So that's about the history there, and I remember what Roar was back in the day and just trying to make a difference again. So that's where we're at there, and we're down here in Texas today. So,
well, talk to us a little bit about your influence. I know you've been into this obviously as a racer for a long time, but now that you're in position with Roar, you can kind of make some things. You can work on rules with committees to try to help our industry, our sport a little bit, and talk to us about some of those things that you like to work on or you're looking at for the future.
Well, we obviously want to make the best event possible for the racers, the manufacturers, and get a little more publicity out there. We've gotten the Facebook page back out there again. That's been off for a little while. We're updated the website, new logos, new shirts. You guys probably see all of that. We also have the manufacturers forum there, also for the racers. So it's only the members can ask, as well as the manufacturers, and we're trying to work together to come to better agreement on rules.
One thing I think that's a misconception out there that I see is people think you guys will put a press release out there and say, oh, we got some new rules about 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever it is.
Right.
And I think sometimes people get the misconception that you're only there to put down these rules and cause the racers unnecessary changes or stuff. But there's a lot of good that you guys have done with the sport, along the way, with rules. And the reason that why we have them, a national championship, of course, if we didn't have rules, it would just be a free-for-all out here. Talk to us about the commitment side and a little bit of the behind-the-scenes, like a little bit of conversation that you guys go through here.
It's probably, for me, on a weekly basis, I probably 10, 15 hours a week with something behind the scenes, whether it's talking to manufacturers or we're working on approval stuff, in addition to, working for myself full-time and 2 twin boys. So my weeks are pretty full. I'd like to travel more, but time doesn't always allow that. So, hopefully we can get a better representation with the XCOM here. And as you know, most of the XCOM is all volunteer. And everybody's trying to, dedicate as much time as they can. And, with the industry moving as fast as it is, it's a little challenging sometimes to keep up with the latest technology. So. Yeah,
I think it says a lot that a lot of people, they run events that aren't necessarily Roar sanctioned, but they're always using Roar rules, and I think that's important. It's important to me. It's important to our company. But, I think it's the people like you guys that are behind the scenes, putting in that 10 or 15 hours extra per week, that people, kind of need to realize that there's some good things for people in competitive racing when it comes to Roar. And, what do you feel about, how the Roar Nationals have gone so far this weekend? And, what do you think of the facility here?
I think the facility is awesome. I haven't personally been to A-Main, but, with the pictures and video and all, I think, they have an equally awesome facility as well. This is probably the biggest track I think I've ever seen, as well as a lot of people, I think, here in the States. They've done a very good job with it out here. So, I think they're a good contender as well for, a possible world event, as well as some of the other contenders out there. So,
what year are you thinking? Obviously, the part of the conversation is coming up shortly is the World Championships is coming back to the U.S. Talk to us a little bit about what year that's going to be, how somebody would qualify for it, and what do you expect?
Well, next year is going to be the qualifying year there. I'd have to go back and look at the exact particulars for that part of it that's in the book. 2016 will be the Worlds here in the States for the 8 scale. It's been quite some time. I think Charlotte was the last time it was here in about 08, I believe it was. It's going to be an exciting year. I think we can do some good improvements and really make it stand out. So that's what we're going to try and do. Work with whoever wins the bid and do that. And we have national bids open now for next year. So hopefully, we'll be on the ball here.
I noticed you guys got 2 Roar Racing tents here this weekend where you're doing technical inspection. What's something that, what's a big factor in the tech this weekend? And, what are the items that you guys check through each and every race?
Well, each and every race is a little different. They can check anything at any point in time. They might pick one thing for one round or one heat to do this on all the cars. The next round it might be this. But anything can be done at any point in time. We are checking for the gyros, as everyone's well aware of. That's added unnecessary time to the tech, but we have to do it. We do a fuel check, the wings, tire, weight. So those are the main, important things there. And width and all that good stuff. So we're doing a little bit of everything over there.
What do you think? I mean, I've never really thought about this. I'm just throwing this out there.
Sure.
What do you think? You think there's anybody cheating here?
You never know. We'll find out when they get caught, right?
That's right.
I'd like to say no, there isn't, but you never know.
I think we have a pretty good group of guys in this industry. I don't really think that, anybody is cheating. But, I think that you go through the tech that you go through over here. I mean, I know Tanner Denny, earlier in the week, he got DQ'd in a seating practice run. I'm like, you know what? You found out now? And, I think it's pretty minimal, I would have to say.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, overall, I haven't really seen anything major that's come through there. I haven't been working in the tech area all weekend, but I haven't really heard of anything major that's come through that's out of the normal. Most of it would be a weight issue or something like that, I think, were the most common, and I think wings were the most common. But other than that, I think everything else was pretty spot on for the most part.
So kind of leading into the racing tomorrow, we got a concourse starting here pretty soon, but,
sure.
We're heading into the racing tomorrow. Do you have any picks of the winner here? I know, obviously, in the buggy you got to get...
I don't want to show favoritism there on it, but,
I mean, do you have anybody that just looks strong? I mean, that you think that's going to be tough to beat, 60 minutes, 45 minutes?
Well, fuel strategy is definitely going to play a part in it. From what I've seen on the track racing up there, it looks like Dakota and Ty are going to have a really strong race out there together. But there could be some surprises out there. Anything's possible in a 60-minute race. So we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Obviously, you have a lot of Roar members, going to be attending the World Championships in Italy. Do you have an actual number on how many Roar members are going to be going to Italy?
I don't yet. I'd have to go back and research that. I think it's not a sellout for us yet. It's pretty close to it, I believe. We've had a few backouts since the day was added on to extend it, so I think that's an issue for some people traveling. And I'd have to go back and look in there, but I believe it's all online who's already qualified to go.
Well, good. Well, congrats on the Roar presidency. Being here this weekend, it's been a great event. It's a great facility, like you said. It's world's ready, and hopefully we can show them how it's done here in the U.S. and have a great main tomorrow. But appreciate you being on.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. I'm glad you guys coming out and checking everything out and for doing the interview and all that stuff out here. So I hope everybody enjoys it, has a good time.
All right. Thanks for joining us, Steve.
All right. Take care. Thank you.